Okay, early heads up here for everybody. There's an emerging medical threat.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25, KJV, Yahweh shall speak. And there should be, as you see the return of Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts filling them for fear, and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. NLT, verse 25. And there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. People will be terrified at what they see coming on the earth, for the powers in the heavens will be shaken. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Hawashah, Wahara Kakadash, the honors of the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect that's seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some look like the heathen. They give the 144,000. Preachers, teaching, the prophets. Shalom. So we're in a time of great fear. Okay? Great fear, terrifying sights. Okay? Remember we've reported on this Nipah virus a few days ago. They was talking about in India, and there was mentioning things about it, or it started to concern, or it became a concern in North Carolina, in the Charlotte Douglas Airport, something like that, and the Raleigh Durham Airport, if I'm not mistaken. Now this is a updated video on this. This video right here is 1 day ago. All right, and we also got something concerning an article about Leviathan. All right, all these things are tying into what we just read. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, which these things are going to be terrifying. Okay, people are going to be dropping dead. People are going to be so terrified that they're going to have heart attacks and strokes for what they're seeing, because they're so terrified that, hey, when you're terrified, you're panicking, hey, that means you have no comfort. That means you're in a state of fear. See, when people hear the term fear, they just be, oh, they were scared. But no, fear is a level of uncertainty. That means you're not comforted. That means you don't have any peace. All right? As we always get, real quick, when you get Wisdom of Solomon, the definition of fear, I love getting it out of the scriptures, man. We could easily look it up, but I just love getting it out of the scriptures, man. They're drawing dope. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, Thawani Habashim Shah, and verse. Let's see. Yeah, 12. For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors, which means aid helps, which reason offers. So what the fear is not having any confidence, any assurance, any help concerning what's happening, what's going on, or any future help. In other words, you're not secure. You're not confident. You're not stable. Fear comes when you're not certain of a thing. Hey, therefore, if you don't have prophecy, the understanding of prophecy, if you don't have the testimony of Yahweh Shah with the spirit of prophecy, if you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, okay, by way of the Holy Spirit, which is the truth of the scriptures, and understanding, having Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, then you don't have that comfort. You don't have that peace. Okay? Yahweh Shema Shai, this truth brings peace. All right? And without it, then you are in fear. And you don't know what's coming. You're not occupied in prophecy. You don't have any assurance. You have no foundation. You have no hand holder. You have no guide. All right? You have no spiritual compass. It says, and the expectation from within, being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment, you see? So hey, if you don't know what's going on and you're not sure of anything, it's over for you. Okay? So be prepared for all these things. People dropping dead. And not just from dropping dead, though we can see these things. Prophecy. Prophecy, prophecy. Prophecy is a dangerous thing. Prophecy is real life. Prophecy is real. It's serious. It's not a fairy tale, man. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai, this book, it's not a fairy tale. It's real life, man. Prophetic events. Things that have been told unto you that's now playing out in real time. Now, when you see people bleeding out the ears, the nose, eyes, and mouth, and private parts, and brain swelling up, and can't talk, at one eye bigger than the other, daggone tongue so damn thick, look like a damn cow tongue, hanging out your mouth with sores. People dropping dead. People barely hanging on. People are going to be terrified of that. All right, you be looking like, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, man. What the hell? You see? And these are things we're going to witness in real life, but only the elect are going to be comforted. But my fault. Let's read the headline. We're gonna play it. Nipah virus concern grows overseas as airports step up screening. You see that? So I saw an article earlier. It says, "Hey, it's worse than COVID." You know, going to CB was about that fear. All right, which a lot of people that oofed. Y'all know what that means. That took a number. Toe was tagged. They went along with the program. They were shooting from the free throw. Y'all know what that means. Like the brother said, they took the jump shot. You know? So they were playing around with that hocus pocus. They dropped that daggone witch's brew. And their ass was through. You know? So, hey, said Nipah virus concern grows overseas as airports step up screening. Sound like CV. Another situation. Hey, remember, hey, we told y'all about what the Holy Spirit, hey, it was going to be more viruses and lockdowns and things of that nature, man. So let's see, again, it's a quick report concerning this Nipah virus update. Let's see, hey, they're talking about, hey, COVID measures again, man. All right, and we're in daily times. Hey, you got this super flu going around, you know.
That is spreading over.
A whole lot of other diseases.
Okay, early heads up here for everybody. There's an emerging medical threat that is spreading overseas right now. It's called the Nipah virus, and it is quickly becoming a problem in parts of Asia to the point where airports are starting to step up their screening. This morning we are joined by Dr. Adami Adeyemi. He is an infectious disease specialist at Endeavor Health. Doctor, thank you for being with us this morning to run us through the basics of this. First of all, I had not heard of Nipah. What is it?
Thank you for having me. Nipah virus, it's a virus that can be spread by animals, so the fruit bath, and it can also affect pigs and make them sick. But it's also a disease that can spread from person to person. And also, if the fruit bat contaminates any food, like dates, those can also spread the infection. The first time we heard about this was late in the 90s, when there was an outbreak in Malaysia, and it also involved Singapore. At that time, it affected pig farmers, and so the reason why it's worrisome is that it's a highly fatal disease. Fatality reported about 40 to 75% sometimes, and there's an outbreak now reported in India, and so everybody trying to take precaution. But the CDC is monitoring this, and the health ministry in India has told us that they've contained this infection at this time. But we still need to be cautious.
Okay, makes sense. So before we dive into how bad the outbreak is and whether it is indeed contained to the level that officials are saying, in terms of what it does to the body, can you run us through? You mentioned how it's transmitted, but what parts of the body does it attack?
Good question. And so when somebody's infected, they could have non-specific symptoms like fever, muscle aches, vomiting, but also, it could affect the breathing system, so the respiratory system, where people then may have respiratory distress, but also they could have headaches and then go on to have, confusion, and some patients may go into coma. And that's the one that is really worrisome when, because it affects the brain also, then they can have seizures as well. And so those are the severe forms of the illness. But some people don't have any symptoms. Some people can be asymptomatic.
Man, okay. And you said the fatality rate can be like 40 to 70% here. So what do we know about the outbreak? Officials in Asia are saying they contain this thing for now?
So what we know so far is there have been 2 confirmed cases. There might be 3 other ones, but 2 confirmed cases, and both of them were healthcare workers who took care of a patient who's passed away. But that patient was not tested. One of these 2 confirmed cases is critically ill right now, but there have been almost 200 contacts that have been found. Those contacts have been followed. They currently have no symptoms, and they've all tested negative so far.
Okay.
So that's reassuring.
Okay. As I'm listening to you, I think myself and a lot of people might be triggered by those first days of COVID where, we knew of a single person here and another individual there. Does this have the potential for, we lived through news about going way back, SARS, of course, COVID. How at risk are we right now for the potential for any kind of global type outbreak?
So I think it's less likelihood this would spread at an international rate, or like a pandemic that we had with COVID. So one person would infect less than 1%. So there's a number we look at, a primary infection. How many people can a primary infection spread to? And the number is less than 1. The education that is going on right now around the world has made people aware. The health ministry in India has gone on top of this to trace all the possible contacts and quarantined them and tested them, and currently no symptoms. So I think it's unlikely that this will spread at an international level.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear. Dr. Dami Adeyemi, thank you for your time this morning. We appreciate it, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
I got life insurance when I was 32. I remember having an uncomfortable conversation with my dad.
So there you have it. And when they say when stuff unlikely, don't pay attention to that, man. Don't pay attention to that. But you saw it in the video.
Okay.
Hey, look, you know we're in the time of pestilences and diseases and great death. But like I said, Nipah virus prompts COVID-style checks at airports. You see? So, like, there's a quick update concerning that. Now, concerning this right here, let's hold this Job. It's 40 or 41. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, Job 41. We really gonna have to read this whole chapter. We're gonna read it in NLT. I'm gonna start at verse 1 real quick. Job 41 and 1. The water how about Shema Shai. It says, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down? So you can't use a fishing rod, no type of anything to put into his nose, or use it, put bait and throw it into the sea and catch him. You can't do it. It's impossible to catch him. All right. Now, real quick, Job saw Leviathan, man. That's how he was able to describe him. Yahweh Shema Shai showed Job Leviathan. All right. He showed him how nothing could catch him. Yahweh Shema Shai showed him exactly what he looked like and how much power he had. He's able to breathe fire out of his mouth, smoke out of his nose. Job saw it. All right. Now, this article right here, it says one day ago is a Leviathan waking up near Virginia. The bizarre Facebook conspiracy theory and means explained. It says one day ago a wild conspiracy theory has spread from Facebook to social media at large. And it claims that a Leviathan is waking up near Virginia. The theory is based on what appears to be a screenshot from Google Earth showing a snake-like shape in the ocean that has a lot of people freaking out. You see? Going into that great fear. Now wait till Leviathan pop up out the water. Whenever Yahweh Shema shall allow him to do so. Alright? Remember, we're in a time of strange things, man. Great fear, terror, dread. People's hearts fell in for fear after looking after these things. Looking after what things? Prophecy. And Leviathan coming out is prophecy. When it's going to happen, we don't know. It says now conspiracy theorists believe the government is manufacturing a snowstorm to take care of it. So what exactly is a Leviathan? Is there anything going on in Virginia, and how is the internet responding to the theory? Here's what you need to know. Well, you know, you can Google Earth. Like, I don't really get into it, but you might can manipulate or something. I don't know. I don't know, but like these people don't know shit, man. They don't know what Leviathan is. They don't know nothing about him. They don't know what type of power he has or what. You know, they don't know none of that. But as you can see in this picture, it just looks like a gigantic snake head, but it has no scales. All right, and we're gonna read that. All right, and we're gonna read that. All right. It says, right here in this screenshot. It says, so this is what everyone is talking about. They're trying to freeze. So it's a theory out that they're manipulating the weather to bring all this snow and this strong wind and try to freeze it. Cut it out, man. You can't do nothing with them. The only person that can do anything with Leviathan is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay? Through Yahweh Shai. That's it. That's it. No one can touch Leviathan. You can't kill him. You can't catch him. You can't do nothing with him. Here's the Lord's pet, man. And it might be more than one. We don't know. All right? The Lord always made two of everything, one male and one female. You know? It says, so don't, a lot of, don't just roll, oh, snap, man, yeah. That's it. Look, we don't, the Leviathan going to come out when Yahweh Shema Shai want to bring them out, when they want to bring them out. As far as the snow and all that, they're trying to freeze Leviathan and trying to, we don't know, man. Just take it with a grain of salt, man. All right? It says, what is the Leviathan waking up near? Virginia theory. The Leviathan conspiracy theory, I ain't trying to read all that, man. I'm really not. You know what? Let's read it. Let's read it. The Leviathan conspiracy theory was popularized on Facebook as early as January 24, 2026, when user Christopher Archer shared a screenshot allegedly taken from Google Earth that appears to show a snake-like head in the ocean to the east of Virginia. And you might get AI manipulated or something, man. I don't know how that Google Earth stuff works. Like, I don't use it, none of that. It says the post, which gained thousands of shares and reactions, offers some context. It reads, the Leviathan is waking up near Virginia. This is where y'all get waking up from. His ass was never asleep. Like, he hang at the bottom of the sea. All right? Hang literally at the bottom of the sea. And Esau can't go to the bottom of the sea. All right? Matter of fact, let's prove that. Esau cannot go to the bottom of the sea. It's impossible. Because if you could go to the bottom of the sea, you would be able to measure it. And you can't measure the heaven or the sea. All right? Jeremiah 31. Damn. Phone about to turn on. Hold on, y'all. Jeremiah 31. And 36. If it says, let's start at 35. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, and the earth searched out beneath, it says, I will also cut off all the seed of Israel from all that they have done, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. So you see, you can't measure the sea, man. You can't measure the earth. Hell, you can't get to the bottom of the earth. Hell, you can't get to the bottom of the sea. So you can't measure it. So, hey, Leviathan is at the bottom of the sea. Alright? You ain't like he taking a damn power nap. The Lord does feed him. Alright? You just hanging at the bottom of the sea. I guess when people say Leviathan is wicked, I guess they look at it like he coming up to the surface, I guess. I don't know what the hell people be thinking. It says, the post game, which gained thousands of shares, and reactions offer some context. It reads that Leviathan is waking up in Virginia. This is why they are creating a fake snowstorm and manipulating the weather so they can freeze it because of military bases in the area. Well, good luck with that shit. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. But those who don't know, a Leviathan is a mythological sea creature that even makes an appearance in the Old Testament of the Bible. They try to make it seem like the Bible is a daggone fairy tale, man. This theory was reposted by numerous Facebook users over the next few days, along with the screenshot, which appears to be altered, as checking the same area in Google Earth does not show the head of a giant creature. So you see, they can manipulate it. So you see right here, Leviathan, they pointed it out. Tomorrow they creating a fake snow. All that mess. Right here. Current discourse on Facebook about the weather. So, you know, people throw their own theories out. But we do know Leviathan is real, and he gonna come out, man. Alright, if people see him, they're gonna have a damn heart attack. So, you know, it says, what are some more Leviathan waking up near Virginia means? This one right here says public service announcement, Norfolk, Hampton Roads, that's up the street. I'm posting this because at this point it needs to be said. They've been saying that winter storm was meant to push it back and keep it under control. You can't do it. But it didn't work. Leviathan has reportedly been spotted at the base. Whether y'all believe it or not, I'm telling you right now, pay attention to the water, the activity, and the patterns. Everything ain't a coincidence. If you're down by the coast near the piers or anywhere by the water at night, stay alert, stay ready. This isn't just a rumor anymore. They ain't going into the seas and the waves roaring as well, right? As we read in Luke 21:25, right? Now you said, well, how did they get that picture like that? How did they know Leviathan look like that? Because the scripture describes Leviathan closer to this appearance right here, all right? And we're going to get it. Let me see. We're going to get it. So this is a gigantic creature, man. All right? He's a gigantic creature. Job 41. We're going to read it all in NLT. I'm going to try to... Oh, man, I wish I could let me read it. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. Job 41 and 1 in the NLT. Can you catch Leviathan with a hook or put a noose around his jaws? Can you tie it with a rope through the nose or pierce its jaw with a spike? Will it beg you for mercy or implore you for pity? Will it agree to work for you, to be your slave for life? Can you make it a pet like a bird or give it to your little girls to play with? Will merchants try to buy it to sell it in the in the shops? While will its hide be hurt by spears or its head by a harpoon? And the answers to all these questions are no. All right, it says, and Esau know Leviathan is out there. Esau know that he can't do nothing with it. It says, I like reading verse 7 in KJV. Check this out. Canst thou feel his skin? No, that's not the one. Let's keep reading. In the NLT, I get to the part where I want to read in the KJV. It says, verse 7 again, will its hide be hurt by spears or its head by a harpoon? If you lay a hand on it, you will certainly remember the battle that follows. You won't try that again. No, it is useless to try to capture it. The hunter who attempts it will be knocked down. So you see, you can't do nothing with them. And since no one dares to disturb it, who then can stand up to me? You see? So Esau doesn't try to do anything with it, like as far as disturbing it, if it's alone or no. Alright? Esau knows that he can't do anything with it, man. You see the Godzilla movies. It says, who has given me anything that I need to pay back? Everything under heaven is mine. I want to emphasize Leviathan's limbs and its enormous strength and graceful form. Who can strip off its hide and who can penetrate its double layer of armor? It says, who could pry open its jaws, for its teeth are terrible. Its scales are like rows of shields, highly sealed together. You see? So that picture we saw, from the angle that we saw it from, it didn't have scales. Alright? It says its scales are like rows of shields tightly sealed together. They are so close together that no air can get between them. Each scale sticks tight to the next. They interlock and cannot be penetrated. You see? When it sneezes, it flashes light. Its eyes are like the red of the dawn, meaning they're red. KJV. By his sneezings, a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. You see? They red, man. Hey, you see the sun in the morning. They red, fiery. It says out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. So you see he shoot flames out of his mouth. Alright? NLT, lightning leaps from its mouth. It says flames of fire flash out. You see? So he can breathe fire. He swims in the water and can breathe fire. Let that marinate, man. And blow smoke out his nose. It says, verse 20, out of his nostrils goeth smoke as out of a seething pot or cauldron, meaning a steaming pot or a boiling pot. It says his breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. KJV. NLT, its breath would kindle coals, and flames shoot from its mouth. KJV, verse 22, in his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. NLT, the tremendous strength of Leviathan's neck strikes terror wherever it goes. So it's obvious that it has a long neck. Alright, verse 23. It says, the flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yeah, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. It says, when he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. You see? Going into that Luke 21 and 25. Hey, people hearts fell for fear after looking after those things that's coming on the earth. And the seas and the waves roaring. When he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid by reason of breakings. They putrefy themselves. NLT, when it rises, the mighty are afraid, gripped by terror. Who are the mighty? The military, Air Force, the Navy, Esau's troops, military, excuse me. Verse 26, the sword of him that laugh at him cannot hold the spirit, the dart, nor the harpoon. NLT, no sword can stop it, no spear, dart, or javelin, right? No bullets, no spear, no hook, no nothing can stop Leviathan. It says, he esteemeth iron and straw, and brass as rotten wood. Iron is nothing but straw to that creature, and bronze is like rotten wood. You see, you can't hurt him. Nothing can hurt him. So if nothing can hurt him, then he can't die. The only one who can take him out is Yahweh Shema Shai. Verse 28, the arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. KJV. NLT, arrows cannot make it flee. Stones shot from a sling are like bits of grass. So you see, you can't shoot her, man. No cannons work. Nothing. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. It says, sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. Verse 30 in the NLT. Its belly is covered with scales as sharp as glass. Whoo. So, hey, these scales as sharp as glass, this covers its belly, are spikes, as you saw in the picture. It says, it plows up the ground as it digs through the mud. KJV, it says, he maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. So you see, when you're in the water, you moving. You see, like the waves, like how it's white. Like the water boiler. It says, he maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be horrid. Right, going to what we just talked about, man. All right, how you move through the water, how you see the waves, how it's white. Showing his trail or where he is when he's moving. It says, upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. It says, he beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. You see that? Nothing can take him down. Verse 33 in the NLT. Nothing on earth is his equal. No other creature so fearless. Of all the creatures, it is the proudest. It is the king of beasts. You see? So, hey, can't do nothing with it, man. But we do know Yahweh Shemasha is going to bring Leviathan out in the end times. When? We don't know. All we know is to be at the end. All right? So I expect to see anything at any given time, man. All right? But I just want to hit this real quick through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemasha. Shall I say, pray for the name of Yahweh Shemasha? Shalom.